So the scavengers, that always, emerge, at the side of a tragedy, you know, uh, they're out and about, and they're saying words, they're saying things that are just the most played out things in the world. One thing I'm tired of hearing, I don't ever want to hear this again, is Christians are under attack. The church is under attack. Okay, so one guy got pew-pewed, okay, and now the church is under attack. That's just the cry of the low IQ people. I'm not saying this to offend Christians. If you're a Christian, this isn't what this is about. But understand what institution you associate yourself with. The church is the biggest, and I don't care what denomination you are, whether you're Christian, Jew, Gentile, Muslim, Hindi, Jainist, whatever you are. The church, okay, is the biggest narcissistic institution on the fucking planet. Religion is the biggest narcissistic institution on the planet. No matter how big and how rich the church is, again, no matter the denomination, no matter what, they always find a way to crowbar their BS into something. So I ask, okay, so Charlie Kirk is dead and gone, okay? I'm sorry for his family. I'm sorry for his people. I'm sorry for the children who won't get to know him and grow up under his supervision and his paternal care. I'm very sorry about that. But it's one man. It's one man. People get shot every goddamn day. Okay, the people that are out there in the Middle East fighting religious wars in the name of God, that's church too. They're being killed too. Nobody knows their name, and they're fighting for the wrong team. So I guess that doesn't really matter. I'm so sick. Look, I'm not a believer. I'm not a believer. Okay? I'm not one of these people who's going to run up in your face and say, hi, you idiot, or evolution is real, blah, blah, blah. I'm not that person. I know how to keep my opinions to myself and my business to myself. If you believe and that brings you comfort, if you like it, I love it. I don't feel that way. Okay? All right? This is real. All this is real. That's all I know how to deal with, okay? But if you like it, I love it for you. If you don't go shoving it down people's throat, I love it for you. And especially if you don't try to legislate that shit, I really love it for you, okay? But there has never been a time where you were threatened. Outside of Christians being fed to lions in the Roman Empire way, way back in the day, which they ultimately prevailed because they started to get Roman emperors that were like Christian. Outside of that, who's been really fucking with the religious? They tout out this line every time something happens. It's just a way to get people feeling like they're victims. What does a narc love more than anything in the world? More than diamonds and jewels and money and cars and sex and whatever else you could get that's gratifying on this planet? Victimhood. Oh, we're just poor little Christians in America. Aren't you the majority fucking religion here? Aren't you the majority religion? Aren't you the people that are tax exempt? I don't think you're doing too bad if you're tax exempt. If being tax exempt comes along with being oppressed, I would like to be oppressed. I would like to be oppressed. Every fiscal year, I would like to be oppressed because I'm not seeing how. See, here's the thing, okay? We say we live in a culture or a country that believes in, a separation of church and state. Yet we have different churches who can donate to this political candidate or push for this initiative or push for these types of reforms. They can do that all while saying, we're not a political entity, we're just a church. Don't tax us. So they could get richer and richer and richer. When have these people ever been fucking victims? When you go to the hood, who's the rich guy in the hood? Every black hood has one rich guy, okay? And he looks like a pimp, and he dresses like a pimp, and he talks like a pimp, okay? He even styles himself like a pimp, but guess what he is? He's a pastor, and he's got more money than you. While Mrs. Wallace down the street is about to get evicted, or she's living on food stamps and she's doing whatever else, okay, this guy gets a free house from the fucking church. Sometimes they give him a free car, okay? A lot of times, especially if he's a young single man, and everybody wants to be first lady of the church, All of a sudden he gets meals delivered to him, because we can't have the pastor stressed. We can't have the pastor, walking around starving. Of course we can't have that. We have to make sure that he's taken care of, and that we uplift our pastor, and we do all this. Nobody does beg the question of why the Lord won't provide for his main boy. Why won't the Lord provide for you? You are a representative of Christ on earth, but yet you can't. You have to rely on those far poorer than you, and those who are, quite frankly, brainwashed, to take care of your whole life. I ask again, when was the church ever under threat? Was the church under threat when they were fucking with people, talking about Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve, trying to get involved in other people's business and shit? I'll never understand caring about other people's business. If you don't like gay marriage, guess what, motherfucker? Don't get gay married. It's really that simple. Nobody is gonna make you suck dick. I promise you. I promise you. Unless you go to jail, I think you're gonna be okay. You don't have to marry a man. I promise you. Okay. So when has the church ever been under attack? It shows you how classless they are. Because again, I'm not the biggest Charlie Kirk fan. Again, the man represented some shit I don't stand for. But he's a human being. He's dead. His body ain't even cold yet. Now you talking about, Christians under attack. Christians are under attack. Oh, you mean the same ones who put out legislation based on their beliefs, and then they try to put that on a whole society, whether you or whether I should say you identify with that religion or not, whether you come from a different culture or not, and they try to push their shit on the whole fucking country. When was the church ever under attack? Was it when Pope Pius funded the Holocaust? The German fucking death machine? Was that when the church was under attack? Or was it during the Crusades, where they would go around and ride around in the Middle East? And basically convert or die. Convert or die. And if you did not convert, they would pour boiling liquid on you to the point to where your flesh would melt off. So when has the church ever been under attack? I'm gonna need somebody to explain when the church was under attack. Doesn't it say "In God We Trust" all over the Capitol? Weird.